Tonight, a group of friends facing decades in prison accused of making millions of dollars in a stock market scheme that left others high and dry. Matt Doherty shows us how prosecutors say they did it and how they got caught.
For years, the party never seemed to end. But last week, the music finally stopped. 8 of social media's most followed faces of finance, 4 of them from Houston, have been arrested. All are charged with felony securities fraud in what prosecutors say was a pump and dump scheme that made them more than $100 million. It's here in some of Houston's palaces in the sky where prosecutors say the men plotted and partied, pumped and dumped. Likely the most recognizable face of the group is 38-year-old Edward Constantin. In 2 years, he managed to accumulate more than 500,000 followers on his Twitter account alone. Online fans came for tips on the stock soon to make a run. Some claim the tips made them a lot of money. Prosecutors say the picks made Constantin and his buddies millionaires. Here's how the SEC says it worked. 1 or a few of the 8 would identify inexpensive stocks. They'd buy them, then encourage their followers to do the same. But as prices went up, the men would quickly sell their shares without telling their followers. Inevitably, the stock price would fall back to earth, leaving many with huge losses. But the stock bros made a killing. They were proud of their gains. Dispersed among the stock tips and politically incorrect jokes they posted on Twitter are images of their newfound wealth. The SEC complaint shows a tweet made by PJ Matlock from the Woodlands this summer of a new McLaren. 2 years ago, he tweeted, quote, "Few K to millions." In this picture of Constantin, he tweeted with fellow influencer and podcaster Daniel Knight in front of a Ferrari at a Houston car dealership. Prosecutors say the images were used to convince retail traders that they could be rich too if they followed their tips. In a secretly taped phone call, prosecutors say the men understood what they were doing was wrong. Quote, "I'm playing this extremely smart for the long term," Knight allegedly told the others on the call. "If you don't think all these go to jail or at least get sued, you are crazy. Playing stupid does not work in court. It's market manipulation. I mean, you look up the definition of market manipulation." And in another recorded conversation from investigators, quote, "Get caught? We're robbing idiots of their money." Knight did not respond to our request for an interview, and we're still waiting to hear back from his attorney. After years of pumps and dumps, prosecutors say the 8 men collectively made $114 million. They say the map left behind on social media shows where some of their treasure was spent. Now federal prosecutors are requesting Constantin forfeit his Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, and Mercedes, as well as the real estate the feds say he's purchased with the money made from trading. I've spoken with Edward Constantin, and he's declined to talk about the case on the record. Tonight, he's wearing an ankle monitor, has surrendered his passport, and a judge won't let him talk about stocks online. He's facing a maximum of 110 years in prison if convicted on all the counts. All the other men are facing 25 years each if they are convicted of their counts. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Matt.